everybody and welcome to the channel. So I am here at Pite's Performance, just pulled up. My ride is right here, so we're gonna go inside, hopefully pick up the car right now, or we will pick it up.
Right off the dyno sheet for you. So this is before your best run before when you were here, and this is the best run from the build.
So everything's good?
Yeah, I just went, we changed the oil on it earlier today. That all looked fine, like normal break-in oil, nothing crazy. And reset the oil life monitor. Then we also gave it a wash down. And then a little bit ago, maybe about an hour ago, I went and ripped it on 99 a couple times, just to kind of give it one last
Make
little,
sure it's all good? Okay.
Yeah, everything seemed pretty normal. Gonna take it for a spin real quick?
I probably don't need to unless you think there's anything. I know you probably want to.
No, I mean, just let me know what you think. Yeah. Your stock cam is in the back here. Your dyno sheet?
Yeah, it's in the car.
Okay.
All right, so here's the car. I'm gonna do a nice, probably cold-ish start. So I'm in the car for the first time. Look, you can tell from the idle, like I'm not sure if you guys can notice it, but the light's kind of flickering a little bit. Give that a moment to warm up. Make sure all my parameters are good. Oh look, I'm making a horsepower. Life is good. So I'm going to bring the car back in about 1,000 miles for him to check the oil or change the oil and just kind of check everything out. Make sure all is going well and it all looks good. So let me probably keep this on oil pressure, I guess. That's probably a decently safe one. Okay, so one of the things that I'm sure everybody's curious about, because I've never, I'm not sure if you can even see me, but I've never really driven a cammed car. I mean, I've ridden in people's and stuff, but I've never like had my own or anything. So I was always kind of curious what it's like. You know, like as far as drivability, like is the pedal solid? So I'm going to try to give you guys some feedback on that. So like the first thing I can say is like the car, I don't know if you can like see the camera moving, but it like moves a little bit. It's slightly annoying. Wouldn't say it's like a big deal. But like when you're barely pressing the brake, or even now when I'm stopped, like you can feel the car, like since it's kind of like basically the idle not staying consistent, you can like feel it like moving kind of. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's kind of like shakes the car forward. But it moves pretty easily, like it like you just press the gas slightly and it just goes. Like it doesn't drive weird or whatever because it's cammed, which is one of the things I was worried about. Looks like my lane sense is working. Hopefully my adaptive cruise control, which is I'm gonna just say this so all the Hellcat people can get mad at me, but the Hellcat not having adaptive cruise control is like to me was a pretty much a deal breaker. I don't know why it doesn't have it, or it wasn't an option before, but supposedly it is now. But that was always a really annoying thing. Shift there. So I will say you guys can't see me anyway, so I guess I'll just hold it forward, but I will say that like just from getting on it just a slight amount right there, you can tell there is a lot more torque down low. Like you barely press the gas, and you can tell at the low RPMs it just moves a lot more effortlessly than it used to. Like, it used to have to like kind of get up a little higher before you really felt like it was making good torque. So that's at least a good improvement. Need my radar detector hooked up, of course, even though I'm driving slow and holding everybody up. Oh, no wonder. Okay, the car's on kilometers. Jesus, how did that happen? I don't even know. Units, US. There we go. I'm sure they had some reason for having it on the metric, but my brain doesn't think in kilometers per hour, it thinks in miles per hour. God, I miss this car. This car is awesome. I love this car. So I just like to note there's something to be said about, you know, modding a car like to this level in you know, in 2019. Like, the car still has, you know, all its safety goodies. It's got adaptive cruise control. It's got everything on it, and it's just more power. It's quite amazing what you can do now. You can have a car that's like easy to live with and nice and comfortable and luxurious in a way, but still fast. You used to not be able to really do that. It used to have to have like kind of one or the other. And you know, for this car and for, you know, the Hellcat or any of the modern muscle cars that are uber power and they're not even that expensive, it's pretty impressive. It's pretty cool. All right, so I got a little distance in front of me. Let me give it a little rip. We're on the window so you guys get a bit more sound. All right, here we go. Jesus Christ. Okay. I might have to cut that part out. That was scary. It started getting wheel spin and I wasn't expecting it. I was going like 60 something. Whew. Okay. A lot more power. Did not expect to get wheel spin at 65, but let me try this again. This time I'll be expecting it.
The speed limit is 70 miles per hour.
Okay. Yeah, this thing moves out. Like, this is it's significantly more powerful than it was. And it delivers the power really differently too. Like, it's like before, I used to always kind of say, sorry, my voice changed because that really made me nervous AF. I haven't had a car this powerful ever, actually. So it's quite scary. Yeah, that was a good one. But it used to like have to build up in the RPMs before it made the big power, and you can kind of tell just by looking at the dyno here. You can see the torque curve, the old torque curve and the new torque curve, these blue lines. And yeah, like even at like, you know, 3,700, 4,500, 4,000, there's a lot more torque. So the way it delivers power is like kind of different. Like, it just has a lot more of it down low than it used to. And I think that is probably going to take a little bit of getting used to, especially when it comes to trying to launch the car. It's going to be super hard to launch this, you know, with all that torque down low. Before, it was like it just didn't really build all that much power until it got up into the boost, and now it's like on the power like instantly. I'm going to set my adaptive cruise at 60, and then we're going to take a look at fuel economy. Just put a 426 in here with the cam and ported heads. Better check what kind of fuel economy I'm getting, because that's really important. So here you guys go. Oh, let me reset that, because that's, yeah. Look at that, 20, 21, 23. So another thing that obviously we had to do was disable the cylinder deactivation, which you have to do that anytime you put a cam. So that by itself is gonna kind of hurt my fuel economy. Oh my God, it's down to 15. Jesus. Yeah, this is gonna not be good. I mean, at 60 miles an hour, I'm like struggling to like stay in the low 20s. Oh, look at that, going downhill, hitting 30. So obviously the fuel economy is going to be a lot worse. One of the things I'll do, obviously, when I get the car and I start messing with it a little bit more, I'll do my fuel economy loop around the Beltway and see how it differed from stock, because I tested it stock, I tested it with the Pro Charger and with the tires. Like I tested it with a few different configurations, so we'll be able to tell how much just the Pro Charger, or excuse me, we'll know how much just the 426 and all that other stuff is affecting it. But I can tell you right now that I've had it set at 60 miles an hour this whole time, and it's barely at like high teens, which doesn't bode well for the fuel economy. It's going to be garbage. But obviously I didn't get the car for a fuel economy, but it still matters. Like, I still care about what the fuel economy is, just because, you know, even if it's just a curiosity, I like to know. And I think there's at least a few other people that care too. So look, this like Audi or whatever wants to race. Let's do it.
Speed limit is 60 miles per hour.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. I couldn't tell you. It's gonna sound like I was talking shit, but I wasn't. I couldn't tell if he was racing or not, so I was only at like part throttle, and then I saw that he was actually racing, so then I went back to full throttle and I just quickly blew past him again, which you know, isn't surprising. Hopefully that's someone from the channel or something that knows me. That was I'm glad I finally got a race in, or I already got a race in. It would be better if it were with a super fast car. Yeah, I mean, that could have been a quick Audi or whatever, but, you know, compared to this, it's not. But I'm not talking crap. I love racing anything. I've raced very slow cars and very fast cars, so you can have fun racing anything as long as it's a competitive race usually, which that wasn't, but still a fun race. It's nice to see this car perform. The only thing that I have to say that's changed is, like, I used to feel comfortable, like I could drive the car with one hand and film with the other hand. Now it feels that feels like not something that I would like to do. Oh shit. Okay, the check engine light's on. Wait, it just turned off. Okay. Alright, so the check engine light just came on for a moment and then it turned off, so I don't really know what that was about. Okay, so I checked it for codes and there's nothing, so I have no idea why that check engine light just came on. But I'll talk to Alex. That was just kind of weird. Alright, so the drive's been going good. I'm at 18.7 miles per gallon, and I've been driving 65 the whole time. And I did, so I sent Alex a text, and we went back and forth on the check engine light. He said it's because of the cam, the engine's reading a misfire, and it just does that for a second, then it goes away. He's gonna check it out when I bring it back after about 1,000 miles to change the oil, and then we'll go from there. So at about right around 13,500 miles, we'll take it back over there and get it checked out a little bit and get some fresh oil in here. So that's what that was, and everything else seems pretty good. Let me see if I got a little room. I can do a little pull for you guys here. Christ, this thing is fast. Yeah, I gotta, I haven't driven like a fast car in so long. I like gotta get my nerve back, because it's scary, man. It really puts you back. It's like, it's scary, but you know, that's a good thing. You always want the car to scare the shit out of you. That means that you're on the right track. All right, so I'm pulling up here at Taco Bell. About to grab some food, but just wanted to give some impressions. So the car, it essentially drives like stock, with the exception of the idle. Like, it's like jumpy. So like when you're at like really low speeds, you have to be really careful with the throttle, or else it kind of lurches forward. I probably can fix that by putting it in eco mode. I forgot about that. I always put it in eco mode. Let's give it a listen. So like I was saying, you can barely hear the blower with the hood closed, or at least you don't hear the super whine. I forgot how to do everything in this car. So let me show you the difference. Nice and quiet. Let me give you some rubs. I know we all kind of hoped we could, but I don't think we could really consider this thing a sleeper anymore, because it sounds like super aggressive. Would you call this a sleeper? I'd say no. Okay, so I can definitely confirm that eco mode essentially solves the problem that I didn't like with the throttle, because as you know, it puts it in second gear to start with, so it like, yeah, it really fixes the problem. I'm really happy with eco mode. I kept it in eco mode before, so it's kind of like what I'm used to, and it just makes it, I don't know. I mean, for those of you, like, I seem to be the only one that likes the car in eco mode. Everybody else says it like makes it feel horrible, but like to me, it just like numbs everything, and it makes it where I can go slow if I want without struggling to go slow. Like, I can give it some decent pedal and it still stays, you know, pretty tame, rather than you know, always worrying about the car, like, you know, being a little too snappy. Look, there's a cop right in front of me, and my registration is expired. So another thing I got to do is get this thing inspected and get current registration. All right, pulling up at home. Hopefully my neighbors don't hate me too much. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of crap for this, but this thing is gonna have to stay outside tonight, because yeah, I got a new washer and dryer, and those are the old ones, and so we're trying to sell them because they work fine. We just needed a bigger one, and obviously they're just sitting there in their garage. I thought I would have them gone by now, but clearly they're here, and so is my car. So yeah, that was some bad planning on my part. Glad to have her back at home. God, you can hear it just echoing everywhere. Like, it's loud. I love it though. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for this upload. Got the car home, did a couple pulls, actually got a race in. It wasn't a very good race, but a race is a race nonetheless, so I consider that a win. No problem so far, everything seems good. So really happy. Just stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe. I got, obviously we're gonna have to take this thing to the G-Force dyno to see how it does in comparison to like my wife's 392, which is stock. We know what it made on that dyno, so we'll have to see what this makes also for a nice, apples to apples comparison. Same dyno. Obviously, we're going to be taking it to the track. I have no idea what it'll run. I assume somewhere in the 10s. Don't know really where in the 10s. I got my drag radials. I might not run it with those at first, but given how it feels, I might need to. I like to stay safe. But I was just trying to keep my transmission, as frosty as I can. So I was thinking about not putting on the drag radials. But after getting wheel spin at 70 miles an hour, kind of thinking that I need the drag radials on there just to have any chance of running a decent time and staying off the wall. But I don't know, we'll see. I got to get used to it and kind of see how it goes. But thanks for watching. Peace.